Hi everyone, my name is Oluwatobi. I'm a cloud engineer at Amazon Web Services here in Canada. Today I'll be walking you guys through how to set up monitoring um, your AWS resources. And to accomplish that, we'll be making use of we'll be making use of maybe EC2 and EKS as the resources we want to monitor. Then to monitor, we'll be making use of Cloud, CloudWatch, which is a service for monitoring. So on CloudWatch, we'll be setting up our alarm. We'll be making use of SSM Incident Manager. So what we'll do is once on CloudWatch, we select a particular metric that we want to monitor on a particular resource. So we'll create an alarm for that metric. Then we say that okay, anytime let's say we want to monitor monitoring memory utilization on an EC2 instance, for example, which is the metrics. So the metric we want to monitor is memory utilization. Then the resource is the EC2 instance. So we will set up an alarm that says, okay, anytime the memory utilization of this instance is above 90%, equal to or above 90%, we'll say, okay, CloudWatch, go ahead and send an email and an SMS message to XYZ. So those are the tech guys, the support guys that needs to receive those monitoring alerts. So to send those monitoring alerts, we'll be making use of SNS, simple notification service on AWS. Then we also create, we'll also tell the alarm once this threshold is hit or met, go ahead and invoke a response plan. So that means we'll be creating a response plan on Systems Manager. So the response plan will have something called a chatbot. So we'll create a chatbot, which is a chat robot. So we'll tell chatbots, please, when this response plan is triggered or invoked by by a CloudWatch alarm, we'll then tell the chatbot to send a chat to a particular Slack channel where all your engineers are hired. So, so to send it, we have to create an escalation plan. So we could say, okay, once this alarm is triggered, let's so response plan be invoked. And in this response plan, we have an escalation plan that we could say, okay, when when this response plan is triggered, we'll tell it to do what? So we basically tell it that, okay, the first thing I want you to do is notify XYZ. And if they don't acknowledge the incident, so basically, let me have a recap. So once the response plan is triggered, we'll tell in the response plan, we'll say, okay, create an incident using so response plan. So the response plan will create an incident in Incident Manager, and we'll go ahead to notify the engineers on the team by sending a chat on their Slack channel to tell them that oh, so incident have been invoked, and since it's the detail of the incident, memory utilization has been has exceeded threshold on so server. So if they don't acknowledge that incident in 5 minutes, we'll tell it to go ahead and escalate that issue to their manager. So that's what we'll do. So once that is escalated, we will now tell the response plan to try to we'll create an SSM document that try to clear the memory cache of that server. That's to just try to resolve that issue by clearing the memory cache. So that's what we will be doing today. So basically we'll be using EKS and ECS as the resources we want to monitor. We'll be using Amazon CloudWatch to create our alarms, and we'll make sure the alarms go ahead to use SNS to notify the necessary people that needs to be notified of the alerts of the alarm. Then we'll then use a chatbot to send a chat to a particular Slack channel that has the engineer to notify them of the issue and also notify them that an incident has been raised on Incident Manager. Then after that, the response plan that we use on SSM Incident Manager will try to fix that issue automatically using an SSM document. So that's what we'll be doing. So yeah, is what it looks like. So let's say I have a server, I have an EC2 instance on AWS. So on this EC2 instance, I have my SSM agent installed on it. Then I will use SSM to install Amazon Cloud Watch Agent on this server. So I have Amazon CloudWatch installed on this server. Then I will configure the SSM and the CloudWatch agent. Configuring the configuration of the Amazon CloudWatch agent. Just what we'll do is just to specify the metrics that we want the agent to collect on the instance and send to CloudWatch. So we will just be specifying the metrics that we want the agent to collect and emit or send to CloudWatch for monitoring. So this is the server. Then we have a service called CloudWatch. So this is CloudWatch. So we have CloudWatch agent on this server, right? So we'll configure it to collect maybe memory utilization, collect CPU utilization, maybe collect metrics that has to do with the network, maybe some network metrics, maybe error in and out of the interface, just stuff like that. Configure it to collect CPU utilizations, configure it to collect all these metrics and send all these metrics down to CloudWatch. So on CloudWatch, configure alarms. You could say, okay, for all this, we could say, okay, for memory utilization from this server, anytime the memory utilization reaches 90%, right, I want you to create an alarm. So once the alarm is created on CloudWatch, we then say, okay, this alarm, when the threshold is met, that means when the memory utilization reaches is equal to or greater than 90%, I want you to use SNS, which is another service, simple notification service. Oh, shit. I want you to use simple notification service SNS. So I want to use simple notification service to send out mails to my engineers. So this guy, I'll configure it to not to do three things. This SNS will send out mail to my engineers. It will send out SMS to my engineers, and it will also send a chat about this alarm on the Slack channel. So once that is sent out to them, this alarm will also trigger and will create an incident on SSM Incident Manager by triggering a response plan that will have configured on Systems Manager. So it triggers the response plan, and this response plan basically creates an incident on Incident Manager, then it's basically sent out an SMS email address, email, and also a Slack chat. Send out a chat on the engineers Slack channel. Sent out to inform them about the memory utilization that exceeded the configured threshold. So the engineers on the engineers that we have in the Slack channel can just click the notification, check out the metrics, and then acknowledge the the alert. However, we can configure this alarm and this response plan. Rather, we can configure it to try to remediate the issue after creating the incident. So it tries to remediate the issue by running a particular SSM document that we'll create. So the SSM document will just try to clear the memory cache of the instance. So it tries to clear the memory cache of the instance so that the memory utilization issue can be resolved. Then also send the chat to them. So let me walk you through how this will be done. So the first thing I will be doing is to let me create my instance. So let me create a new instance. I'll call the instance test monitoring 01. So let me make it a Red Hat instance. That works for me. Or I can make it Amazon Linux. It does not matter actually. Let me make it Amazon Linux. So let's make it a Red Hat instance. Anyway, the OS does not matter. So I'm using T2 Micro as a map. I purchase the instance in the VPC of my choice. In the subnet of my choice, I just put it in US1A. I will attach a security group to it. A security group is just a firewall that filter traffic that comes in and out of the instance or the resource. So this is fine. Configure my instance profile. I'm good to go. So I'll go ahead and launch the instance. So my instance is launched. So yeah, is the IP, public IP address. Let's connect to our instance. So let's connect our instance. Let's see if our instance is up. I just go to action, go to monitoring. Okay, it's not yet up. Okay. Action, go to monitoring troubleshoot, go to get instance. Okay, so it's up. I should be able to connect to it now. Okay, it's up. So that is it. So the first thing I need to do is I need to install my SSM agent on this instance. To install my SSM agent, all I need to do is run this command, and this will install my SSM agent. So it is SSM agent that will use to install CloudWatch agent and configure the CloudWatch agent. So let me just confirm that SSM agent is running and enabled on this instance. So, SSM agent is running. Let's check if it's enabled. So we need to make sure that even after rebooting the instance, it starts up automatically. So it's enabled, so that's fine. So let's go back to our EC2. So this is the instance. I click action, I click monitor and troubleshoot. Then you can see man so you can see manage CloudWatch alert. I don't want to create the alert yet. What I can do here is let me install CloudWatch agent and configure the CloudWatch agent. So basically configuring CloudWatch agent entails defining the metrics that I want this CloudWatch agent to send to CloudWatch. Metrics I want to monitor basically, so you can see. So it's going to check that I have that the instance profile has the necessary permission. That's not it. So let us wait. So basically what it's doing at the moment is it's going to run an SSM document, an available SSM document from Amazon. The SSM document will is basically trying to install the CloudWatch agent on this instance. If you want to confirm that, you come here. See, let's see if my system, the instance is frozen. I think it does not have enough resource to do what I'm trying to do. That's the issue. So I'll have to increase the instance type. I will have to change the instance type to an instance that has much more memory and CPU. I think T2 micro is too small to do what I'm trying to do. But this instance is frozen. It's frozen. The instance is frozen. So let's quickly increase it to, let's scale up the instance to a much bigger instance. So to do that, I'll just stop the instance. Stop the instance. I take a while. Let me first stop so you can stop it. Get it stopped faster. So let's just wait for the instance to get stopped. Once it's stopped, once it gets stopped, we'll increase. We'll scale up the instance from T2 micro to T2 large. T2 large should be fine. Okay, so stop. I can just to scale up the instance, I just go to instance setting, change instance type, and I go I'll change it to too large. I think this should be fine. Apply, then I start up the instance. Okay, so let me start up the instance right now. So the instance, okay, the instance is getting, it's coming up. There's a pending stage. Let's wait for it to come up. So it's running now. So let's confirm to see if the OS is fully up. To do that, we'll just go to monitor and troubleshoot, get instant screenshots. So you can see it's still coming up. Okay, so the instance is up. So let me grab the IP address, connect the instance. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped. So let's confirm that SSM agent is running. The name of the service is SSM Amazon or SSM agent. So it's running. So we know that for sure. So let's continue. So now the next thing we need to do is let's install. Let's even see if it was got installed the other time. Amazon CloudWatch agent. That's the name of the service. CloudWatch agent. So not yet installed. So let's get running. So next, we have sufficient permission with no so we need to make sure. So let us install CloudWatch agent. Okay, so you can see CloudWatch agent is what successfully installed. So if I check on this command, I can see that it's installed now. So the next thing is to configure the agent to specify the things I want to run. So this is just the collection interval. So I'm saying 60 because I want CloudWatch, I want the CloudWatch agent installed on the instance to collect CloudWatch metrics. That's to collect monitoring metrics every minute and send it to CloudWatch. That means every minute my monitoring metrics will be updated every minute. So this is just the log files, and of course, this is the namespace of CloudWatch agent on CloudWatch. So what are the things I want to monitor? I want to monitor memory. So what exactly do I want to? I want to monitor the percentage of memory used. I want to also monitor percentage of memory available, right? That's basically, I think that's fine. Of course, I want CloudWatch agent to also send CPU utilization. So I just want it to send the CPU usage of this instance to CloudWatch as well. So I want CloudWatch agent to also send percentage of swap usage to CloudWatch every 60 seconds. So let me say I want to monitor running processes and the total number of processes running on my instance. I can decide to also emit or send idle processes and the likes, zombie processes. But let me just say I want to know the number of processes running on my instance and processes that are running at every point in time. So that means every 60 minutes, CloudWatch agent, the CloudWatch agent installed on this server will send this metric that I've selected, this monitoring metric, will send it to CloudWatch every 60 minutes. So, okay, of course, all the digs, I want to monitor the inode that is free. I want to monitor inode usage as well. And I want to know the percentage of inode usage and the percentage of the disk usage. So basically, what's the usage percentage of the disks that are attached. Of course, I want to know about disk IO. I want to know the number of reads that's done every minute. I want to know the number of writes that's done every minute. I want to know the read time. How long does it take to read requests? How long does it take to process write requests as well? Then I also want to monitor the attached network interface of these instances. I want to monitor the amount of bytes received, the amount of bytes sent on the interface. I want to monitor the amount of packet that is dropped, the amount of ingress packet that is dropped. I want to monitor the amount of egress packet that is dropped. I want to monitor the amount of error that is also occurring on that interfaces. So I could decide to monitor established TCP connections and the likes, establish TCP closed, so everything. So once that is done, simple. So that's what the JSON looks like. So I will go ahead and configure my CloudWatch agent. So let's just wait. So you can see configuration sent. I say complete. So by now, if I check, I see that CloudWatch should be running. Yep, voila. So it's configured. So CloudWatch agent will start collecting the metric that I specified. I will be sending it to CloudWatch. So the next thing I want to do is to create the next thing I want to do is to create SNS topic. So to that, I search for SNS. So simple notification service is just used to send notifications to your support team. So if anything is happening on those instances, so based on the alarm that I set, if anything is happening, SNS will push a notification to them. So I'll create an SNS topic. So I click create topic. So what kind of I'm creating a standard topic. So what's the name of the topic? I can just say memory utilization. I will create for memory and I'll create for CPU. Test monitoring server. Let me just say on test monitoring server. So what will be the title or what will be the title of the mail that is going to send out to your engineers? I'll just say memory utilization. Anything I write here will be the title of the email it's going to send. It's currently above threshold. Did I say that? So that's fine. I say create topic. So that's it. The topic is create. So I need to create subscription. That means who are the people this message is the notification will be sent to. Those are your subscriptions. So I wanted to send an email. Let me say I wanted to send an email to Adetola Oluwatobi, yahoo.com. Just an example. So that this in the real world, this will be the email address of your team. That's the group email address of your team. So that's it. You can see it's pending confirmation. I also wanted to send SMS to this person. So I type the number of the person. So that's it. Okay, so anytime this SNS topic is used, this SNS topic will send out a mail to this person and also send out an SMS to this person. So let me go on. So you can see, let me confirm the subscription. Confirm subscription. That's it. So when I come here now, I should see that my subscription should already be confirmed. Yep. So let's create the second topic for CPU utilization. The CPU utilization, it's just a name. You can give it any name. Let's give it descriptive enough. Utilization on test server. Test monitoring. Let's say, what should be the title of the mail? CPU utilization is above threshold on test monitoring 01. So that will be the title of this thing is gonna send out. So the next thing, just like we did previously, I did a mistake. I'm supposed to create a standard topic, not a FIFO topic. Let me delete that and create the topic again. So let's create the topic again. So I need to change this to standard, yeah. CPU, I'll just give it a name. Utilization. So what will be the title of the mail? Utilization is currently above threshold on test monitoring 01. That's the name of the server. So I'll go ahead and create the topic, and next I'll create the subscription. So I will say, okay, send out an email to this person. I also say send out. That's a topic I'll create under subscription. I'll say send out an SMS to this person as well. Right? So SNS is sorted. So the next thing I need to create now is a robot, a chatbot. So there's an AWS service called AWS chatbot. So what this robot will do is when the configure metric is it, and it will do two things. It will first send a chat to a particular Slack channel where we want where the chatbot will basically send the chatbot will basically send a chat. So basically when we'll configure an alarm on CloudWatch. So once the alarm is triggered by CloudWatch, the alarm will be triggered when the resource exceed a configured threshold for a particular metric. Let's say memory utilization. Let's say we configured our memory utilization threshold to be 90%. So once the memory utilization is 90% or above, the alarm would be triggered, and once the alarm is triggered, it will send out, the alarm will send out, will trigger the SNS topic that we configure. It will send out an email, SMS, and a chat to a particular Slack channel that we configure this robot to send an alert. So you just send the chat to the Slack channel so that engineers in the Slack channel can pick up that alert and work on it. And we also definitely configure the alarm to also trigger an incident manager response plan so that an incident is raised on incident manager. And of course, the chatbot will pick up the incident and notify people in the Slack channel that so incident have been created. So I've created a client already. So I have a Slack channel. I have this guy. I have a Slack account, I have a Slack workspace here already. I have a Slack workspace I've, that I've created earlier, and I've created the necessary Slack channels. Mm, Okay, there's something we can do. Slack.com. So let me confirm this. Okay. ZKYYFZ YFZ MMN MMN. Okay. So this is my Slack workspace I've created. And you can see in my Slack workspace, I have a channel called Test Incident Manager. So this is what it looks like. So basically, let me create a new channel. Let me create a new channel. Let me call it, Linux engineer. Let me just say hashtag Linux engineers. Next. I could make it a private channel. I could make it a public channel. Yeah. Let me just make it a public channel. Allow all members. Yeah. I could specify. So I've created the Slack channel on my workspace. The name of my workspace is this test cloud solutions.slack.com. So that's it. So let me now go ahead to create my. So basically, if it was a new client, you would choose configure new client. Then you specify, is it, where do you want the robot to be able to send chats on? So do you want it to be able to chat people up on Chime? Do you want it to be able to chat people on Microsoft Teams, or do you want it to be able to chat people up on Slack? Mine is Slack. So basically you say Slack and this, you say configure, and this will take you to this place and you just say allow. You just say allow. I won't be doing that. You just say allow and that's it. So in my case, I already I already have this. So basically I will go ahead and configure a new channel in my workspace that I want this chatbot to have access to. Just give it a name of the configuration. I'll just say, let's say Linux engineers config. Do you want it to push logs to CloudWatch? There's no need for that. So what's the channel tab you want it to have access to on this workspace? So the channel we created is a public channel. So we look for the channel here. This is the channel Linux engineer. That's it. So do you want it to use an existing IAM role, or do you want it to create a new IAM role? I already have an existing IAM role, so I'll just specify the IAM role, I guess. And if you don't have, you can create yours. So me, I have already created earlier. So this channel guard rule policy. So basically when it sends alarm to your Slack channel, so there's a feature, if you make it read only, that means they can only read, check the alarm, they cannot do anything from the Slack channel. But if you set it to a policy that has read write access, what that would do, let's take for example, let me pick up an incident, an alert, AWS alert, yeah. Let me see, let me just pick up one alert. Okay, look at this alert, for example. If I click it also, look at this alert. So once it sends me this alert, I can decide to, if it's not in read only, you can decide to reboot the system from here. And it will go ahead and reboot that instance. I can decide to stop that instance. Yeah, I can decide to query the logs and I'll have access to check out CloudWatch logs. I can check the dashboard. But don't want I don't want my engineer to be able to do stuff like rebooting instances and stopping instances from the Slack channel. That's not a good security. Um, that's not a good thing to do for security reasons. So I'll just give you the read-write access. I'll give you the chatbot read-write access to all these resources. So the next thing is, what region do you want this chatbot to have access to? I just wanted to have access to this region. The next thing is, what this chatbot that you've created, what SNS topic do you want it to have access to? So I would say I want it to have access to the two SNS topic that I created earlier. This and where's memory utilization. So I go ahead and configure it. So that's it. So this is it. So you can see the number of SNS topic is mapped to. So this robot has access to these two SNS topic. So you can use those two topics to send out mail, to send out chat. So that's it. So the next thing for me now to do is to create a response plan in Systems Manager. The response plan is what the alarm will trigger to create an incident manager. So I go to Systems Manager. So I'll be creating two response plan, one for CPU utilization on that server and that one for memory utilization on the server. So you go to Incident Manager. So this is Incident Manager. Let me go to, yeah, this is the region I'm working in. So the first thing I'll create is, let's create an escalation plan. Escalation plan is once an alarm is triggered and the alarm triggers this response plan. So how do you want people to be notified, or how do you want this incident to be escalated? So an example is this. I can say Linux engineer. What's the name of the escalation? Let me say Linux engineers. So when this is just an alias, I can use the same. Just give it a name, Linux. Okay, I think uppercase is not allowed. Yeah, let me just say Linux engineers. That would be the alias. Alias is just an alias, like a name. So I would say, okay, what's the first stage of the escalation? That means once an alert is raised, who is the first contact to be notified about this incident? So I would say I have contacts that I've created earlier. So I could say I want you to notify this person first, right? However, I'm saying if I check this, that means once this person acknowledges that incident, the incident will not be propagated, will not progress or be sent out to the next person. So in the real world, when there's an alert like system CPU as is above the threshold, memory is approved or database connection is approved threshold or whatever monitoring metrics you are monitoring. Once that alert is invoked and the alert invokes a response plan and an incident is created, who is the first person that should be notified that an incident has been created? So normally it will be the engineers. So which will be this person that have created this contact has created. So I'm saying that acknowledgement, once this engineer acknowledges that incident, that's the end of that incident. So the engineer can start working on the incident. The response man will not go ahead to notify anybody about the incident. However, if this person does not acknowledge, if this person does not acknowledge the incident, I'm saying if this person does not acknowledge, please send it to their manager. Hmm? So you can add multiple. You can say, okay, I can say, okay, the first person that should be notified is this person, this person. I can add as much as I like. So so if any of them acknowledges the incident will not be sent to stage 2. But if they don't acknowledge, to be sent to the second person. However, I can specify that, okay, if this person does not acknowledge this incident after 5 minutes, please send it to the next person, to the next stage. So if all the engineers in stage 1 does not acknowledge that incident, the incident will be sent out to stage every contact in stage 2 after 5 minutes. So basically, the way it's done is in the real world is that once the incident is raised in incident manager, it sends out a notification to all the engineers. So the engineers will be the stage 1. If any engineer does not acknowledge the incident after 5 minutes, it will be sent to their manager. So in stage 2, I'll just specify their manager. So I'll create the plan. So that's it. So for contact, I'd created the contact earlier. So if you want to create the contact name, alias of contact, you can say their email address, you can say SMS. So that's so based on this contacts, you can then specify the contacts on this. So that's it. So let me just for doing sake, let me create a contact. Let me say the contact here is Oluwatomi. What's the person's alias? I'll say my alias is Oluwatadet1, which will be their alias. So let me say SMS. I want you to send SMS and email to this person. SMS and email and SMS to this person. So I'm creating their contacts. And just .com. So let me just say what's email address. That's the name. I can say, okay, even call the person. It's possible. I say call that person. Send an SMS. So this contact, when I'm specifying this contact, when I'm specifying this contact, it's going to send it's going to send an email, SMS, and also it's going to call this person to inform them about the incident that has been created. So oh, okay. So I'm already getting SMS to confirm that welcoming me to incident manager that have been configured as a contact. So let me just add that person to that guy. So I want to add that contact as the first stage of communication. So once the incident is raised, you contact this person and this person. This contact is an email. This contact is email, voice, and SMS. So if any of these two engineers acknowledges the incident, the incident will not proceed to notify this person. But if they don't acknowledge the incident, after 5 minutes, this person will be notified of the incident. So basically that's it. So now I can go ahead and create my response plan. So let me say create response plan. Let me create for CPU utilization on that server first. On test monitoring, 01. So this is just a display name, right? It just what will be the title of the, let's say CPU utilization. Utilization has exceeded threshold on test monitoring. That this 101 is the name of the server. Can use the same thing as the title here. It's fine. So what's the impact? CPU utilization is critical. So this is optional, but I can just type the same thing, just a summary, something to. Then I can say, okay, what Slack channel should that chat robot that I created earlier, what chat channel should it send a chat to? I'll say it should send it to that channel. So which SNS topic should it use to send that chat? I'll say it should use this. So engagement, who should it engage? I want it to engage this. I want it to use this escalation plan that I create. So it will first send out an email to those two contacts. If they don't acknowledge it in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, it sent it to their manager, which is the second stage of the contact I created. So once the incident happened and once the alarm happened and the incident is created, do you want this response plan to remediate that issue automatically? If I have a script, right, I can just specify the script. Yeah. I will have created an SSM document and I can search for the document. And once that alert happens and the incident is created, this response plan will automatically run that SSM document to rectify and automatically resolve the issue by itself. But I don't have a script for CPU utilization to resolve with CPU utilization. I'll just say no run book. So this I would say I have if you don't have an existing service rule for incident manager, you just say create and it will create it for you and you specify the name. But because I have an existing one, I'll just pick the existing one that I created earlier. That's basically it. Where do you want it to? Of course, I'll go ahead and create the response plan. So this is the response plan I will use for any alert that has to do with CPU utilization on that server. So that's that. So let's create for monitor for memory utilization. Before then, let me create for memory utilization. I can just write an SSM document that I can just write an SSM document that clears memory cache when memory utilization is above threshold. That should be very straightforward. We just write a script that does that for us. Okay. So let me create a document that does that for me. So I can specify that it can only run on EC2 instances. So it can run on. This is option. I can specify the kind of resource this guy can be run on. So let me say it can be run on EC2 instances, for example. So I can specify that it can be run on EC2 instance. But it's optional. I can just leave it. So what's the content? So let me create the script now. Let me just quickly write the script. Let me quickly write a script that will clear memory cache. Script that can clear memory cache. That's all I need. So I've written a YAML SSM document that does that for me. So yeah, it is. So this will basically clear my memory cache. So I've created the document. That's it. So now that I've created the document, I can go back to Incident Manager and create a new response plan for memory utilization. So when memory utilization alert is triggered, it will just invoke that response plan. So where's Incident Manager? Okay, this is Incident Manager. So I'll create a response plan. Create response plan. So our name is memory utilization. Test monitoring. So what's the topic? I just use the display name as the topic as well. What's the impact? Memory utilization, it's critical. So which channel do you want our chat robot to send a chat notifying them of the incident that's created? Yeah, send it to this. Which SNS topic do you want it to use? Use this. So how do you want it to send? I'll use this escalation plan that we created earlier. So do you want to configure a run book? That means once the incident is created, do you want it to attempt to automatically fix that issue? Of course, yes. So I want it to use that SSM document that I just wrote. So I'll just say, I'll search for the name. I think it's clear, owned by me. Yeah, I think it's clear. Owned by me. I think it should be clear. That should sound like, I can't remember the name. Mm, Let me look for that document. I remember where I created. I think I created this song. Document. Clear memory cache. So I need to use the Yeah, but I can see it's here. So owned by me. Where did I put it? Clear. Yeah, owned by me. owned by me. Let's configure a runbook. So let's say run a script. Run command. Say run command. Let's configure the automation. So what's the name of the automation I want to use? Display memory capture. So let me say I want to run it on this guy. I want to run it on that guy. F38. Just an example. You can leave it blank, it's optional. You don't have to decide to leave it blank. You can decide to just enter it, but let me leave it blank. So I wanted to run it on that guy. That's done with the outputs. There's no need. One attempt is fine. Timeout. We should time out after 600 seconds. Is fine. It's critical, yes. Good to know. Next step, go to end, yes. On failure, abort. On failure. On cancel, abort. So that's fine. That's good. Oh, I need to give it a name. General. Step name, yeah. So there are some this thing that already created by this. Oh, that's not none of our business. Come on. I need to give it a name. Okay. So which role do I want this guy to use in running that run book? I'll say that guy. So that's it. So let me just give it a name and save this guy. So I need to specify the name. Okay. What I need to do now is give it a name. Uh, where do I specify the name? I just need to give it a name. That's it. Okay. Okay. So clear my memory caches. So let me look for the wrong book now. Clear. One by me. Clear memory caches. This is it. So I want to run this automation. That's version one. So I'll give this guy the membership permission later. So that's it. So we create the response plan. So that's good. So let me ensure that that guy has membership permission. I'll just give it to save myself stress of that. So that's it. So now that we create our response plan, we can now go to CloudWatch and create our alarm. We go to CloudWatch. So I'll be creating two alarms, one for monitoring CPU of that server and the other for monitoring memory on that server. So create the first, let's create memory first. So the metric for memory will be in this namespace, CloudWatch agents. So and then for what I'm looking for. So let me just search with the instance ID. Let me search with the instance ID. So I'll search CloudWatch with the instance ID. This is the instance ID. So let me just search for the metric. The metric I'm looking for is what memory usage. So it's not here. So let's check where it is. We have to search. Let's have to search. I don't know. It's not here. So what I'm looking for is memory utilizations. The metric gadgets. That's not what I'm looking for. And I have the CPU. So that's CPU I'm looking for. I'm looking for memory, right? So then I'll just have to start looking. Okay. I think I should see it. Yeah. It should be here. So let's search memory available percentage. Memory use percentage. Yeah, this is the metric I want to monitor. Memory use percentage. So you can see percentage of memory currently in use. So that's what I want to monitor. So I can say, so on this instance, I'm monitoring the memory use percentage. I would then say, okay, anytime the memory use is greater than or equal to 90%, trigger an alert. Trigger an alarm. You understand? There's a percentage. So anytime the memory utilization is greater than or equal to 90%, to trigger an alert. And I want to once it trigger alert, the first thing I want it to send notification using this SNS topic that we created earlier. So it's gonna send SMS and email to those people. So another thing I need to do is for it to trigger the response plan that we created. So I say how to create an incident using this response plan. Do you understand? Using this response plan. So this response plan will basically create an incident, after creating the incident, send notification of about the incident to the people we have in an escalation plan, then send chats also on this Slack channel that we specified. So that's it. So what's the alarm? Let's just say memory utilization on mem on test monitoring. I think that's the name of the server. Monitoring 01. Yeah. So you can see once it's 90% to trigger the alert. That's it. So we have the first one. So let's create for CPU utilization as well. For CPU utilization, I can just use EC2 CPU utilization and I just go to per instance metric. I search with my instance. So what I'm looking for is CPU utilization. What I'm looking for is CPU utilization distributed. That's it, CPU utilization. So I would say once this utilization is greater than or equals to 90%, trigger an alarm. I use this topic. I can create a topic here to send out notification to the engineers. Create an incident using this response plan. Simple. What's the name? I can just say CPU that's 0. So that's it. We create the alarm. Now let's try to trigger an alarm manually. So we can use, let me install stress ng. We can use that to trigger CPU utilization on the instance. I think we can also use it to trigger memory utilization alert as well. So let's see how many CPU does this instance have. It basically has 2 CPUs. So, okay. That's 2 CPUs. So let's stress up the CPU. Before I do that, let me open another terminal that I can use to monitor. That's the address of that guy. So let me just have top running here. At the moment, CPU utilization is 99.8. So let's use stress ng. Uh, use all the two. Let's say use all the two. If you do it for 10 minutes, do it for do it for 10 minutes. It's okay. So let's see if this triggers an alert. Okay, so CPU utilization is 100% now. So you can see the idea is 100%. So let's see if that does anything. So let's watch if we'll get a notification. Let's see if the robot will notify us of anything going on. And let's see if incident management will raise an incident. If we did it well, if we configured everything well, it should send us an email. I should get an SMS, and it should send us a chat on our Slack channel, and also raise an incident. I should see an incident raised. So I should see an incident raised on incident management. Yeah. Incident manager, sorry. Let's wait. So this is just notification when we're setting it up. So once it's 5 minutes, I should get an alert. I should get an email and I should get a chat. The robot is supposed to send me a chat to notify me of the CPU utilization. So we'll just wait for 5 minutes. Because what we configured is if CPU utilization is more than 90% for 5 minutes, then it's an alert. So once it's above equal to or greater than 90% for 5 minutes, we should get an alert. So I'll check back, just hold on. Once it's 5 minutes, Voila, you can see I just got an SMS informing me that CPU utilization is above. I just got an SMS now saying that CPU utilization is above threshold on tests monitoring 01. I just got it now. So as you can see, also as you can see here, we got a CloudWatch alarm telling us that CPU utilization on this guy is what? 99.7%. You can see that's the good part. Our monitoring is saying you can get more details. You can see the CloudWatch graph. You can see it's above the threshold. As you can see, I won't get more. You can get more details here. So voila. So you can see it worked. So you can see you can even query it. Okay, I want it to show me whatever I want it to show me. So that's the good part of it. I can interact with the robots. You can see I'm interacting with the robot. I tell it to show me my CloudWatch dashboard. It's gonna show me. You like me to do so? Yes. It's really nice. Can do a lot of things. So you can see here. I got the. So this is it. And I also got a notification that an incident has started. You can see incident manager, incident started. CPU utilization on this guy. See utilization has told me that an incident has started and it gave me the details of the incident. You can see tells me that CPU utilization is 99.719%, which is greater than the threshold of 90%. And it showed me the graph. So if I go to check my email as well, you can see I got an email telling me the same thing. This is even giving me more details. Went from OK state to around, tells me the percentage, and this has been greater than 90%, which is this threshold. You can see the timestamp when it happened. You can see it's really nice. And I got a notification for the incident that was created, which is nice. And if I go to incident manager, I will see an incident created already on incident manager regarding that. Yeah, you can see an incident have been created. So after 5 minutes, if I don't acknowledge this, what will happen? It will report to my manager to escalate this issue to my manager if I don't. So I can go ahead and acknowledge. The incident. If I so wish to acknowledge, it will have sent me something here in my mail. I don't know the mail I used. It will have sent me something in my mail with a code, an acknowledgement code. So this is really interesting. You can see how monitoring work on AWS. Really interesting. See, I got the cloud alert notifying me that utilization is 99.7. It sent me the dashboard, the CloudWatch dashboard, telling me about it, which is nice. This is amazing. So that's the incident. It's a incident you created. That's the good thing about it. It's very, it's amazing what you can do. The incident started at this time. And you can see details. When it started, it has been there for 30 seconds. The recent data point is 99.7% security utilization. You can see. Amazing. It went into alarm state at this time. Yeah. The incident was created at this time. Then it told me that this engineer was notified. This engineer was engaged at this time. 5 minutes after, engaged that person. So that's it. So this is the person I engaged. That's why I got an email. I just got an email. So you can see exactly what I'm expecting. So you can see he engaged me after 5 minutes. So you have been engaged into this incident. And then with this, on this account, and then with this is the acknowledgement code. So I can go ahead and acknowledge it. I so wish basically I can go ahead and acknowledge, which is nice. So I can just go ahead and say, okay, I want to acknowledge this. So I will grab the acknowledgement code in the email they sent to me. Acknowledging means, okay, I'm aware, I'm working on it. So anyone that sees this incident will know that, oh, Adetolu is working on this instance. So he's working on this incident. I just got an SMS as well. Just got an SMS. So that's it. It's amazing the things you can do. And when you're done, let's say I've logged into the instance. So I can see, so it's no longer there. The CPU utilization is less than 1% now. So I can go ahead and just resolve the incident. So resolve. Incident is resolved. That's it. I just got an SMS saying that the incident is resolved. So even when you come to the Slack channel, you will see that the incident has been resolved. You can see incident resolved. It tells you, I can see the person that resolved it. The incident here is the person that resolved the incident here. The time of resolution of the incident, the detail about the now saying, okay, now is a great time to do a review and just do your RCA, which is nice. So this is, so you can actually monitor anything. That's what one thing I need to let you know. You can monitor anything. There are a lot of metrics you can monitor. You can monitor Lambda functions, you can monitor Elastic Cache, you can monitor RDS instances. There's nothing you can monitor. Because even when you look at my alarms, you see I have some RDS cards here. So I'm monitoring database connections, I'm monitoring my SQL. There are a lot of things you can monitor actually. So if you want to see all the metrics you can monitor, just go to CloudWatch, go to all metrics, then you can see based on service. So let's say I want to monitor a lot ELV, a lot of things I can monitor. So look at all the things I can monitor on LDOs, back of connection error. There's nothing I can monitor on latency. There's nothing you cannot monitor. Say I want to monitor EKS. I can even let's I have a cluster here, all stuff. There's nothing you can monitor, basically. A lot of metrics you can monitor. A lot, a lot. There's absolutely nothing you cannot monitor. Lambda functions, RDS, look at this RDS, for example. Look at the things I can monitor. DB load, CPU, DB load, LVM write IOs, read IOs, read latency, write latency, disk queue depth, there's replica lag, database connection, network transmission. There's nothing you cannot monitor, basically. So when creating your alert, you just specify the metric you want to monitor. That's it. So it was nice having this section. Thank you.